Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Whitaker, but you probably already know that from the name of the channel. And this is just a message for Cardi B, if this ever gets to her. The strange thing that I've noticed from you, Cardi B, it seems like you always try and play two sides of something, or that be rap, fame, or politics, which is kind of ridiculous. But the first topic I want to get on is you trying to balance being a rapper and a stripper or a sets icon. It seems you're trying to merge those two things together and it just doesn't work. You can't just do that, but of course you can do it, but it just doesn't work. Since rap, in its essence, it's all about portraying a message, having a theme, or at least a story, but instead you use it as sexual content. The whole basis of rap, it seems you use it as a vehicle for uh, sexual content. I'll just say it again. And from what I've seen, it seems like you try and test the limits of it with every video you've made or have made with other rappers, such as Clout, Twerk. Yep, that's just the name of it, Twerk. That's it. And WAP, which are all three of many complex titles that you've made with other people, I might add. Very, very deep thinking. But yes, these are more softcore pornography than actual rap or songs. And like I said, it seems to me like you're trying to test the limits of what you can actually show, and WAP just might have been the limit for you, it seems. It seems you've gotten a backlash from that. Because every single song you made, even before that, almost every song, it hasn't had any message other than you were a stripper or you're just bragging, and that's not really a message or theme that's unique, at least the many, many, many Black Lives Matter songs have this extremely marginalized theme of Black Lives Matter. You know, it's not said well, it's not unique, it's not really that good of a message when you actually look into it, but nonetheless, it's a message. Meanwhile, you have no message. It's just sexual content and bragging, and that's just for the rapper and stripper thing alone. You want to be a rapper and a stripper at the same time, without failing to realize that many rap songs have strippers in the background. You can't be a pimp and a prostitute too, as the saying goes. And one day you will realize that maybe that day will come soon with the backlash you're getting. Now, secondly would be the politics thing. You say you're Latina constantly, but at the same time you try and be in the seat of a African American or a black person. One example being the interview you've had with Joe Biden, where you speak for all African Americans about healthcare and school, which I don't understand at all since you've never had to worry about school at all. You've been a stripper. What would you know about education? And why would you speak on behalf of black people if you constantly say you're Latina? I just don't understand that at all. And the second thing being your acceptance of the 2019 BET Award for Best Rap Album. While you are Latina, maybe there's some kind of loophole. Maybe it's for just brown, but at the same time, it's black, and you've constantly stated that you are not black, you are Latina. So it still doesn't make any sense to me. So it seems like you're trying to play two sides once again. You want to be Latina, but when it's convenient, you go black, and it just doesn't work. That's just the motif of this whole thing. It just doesn't work trying to play two sides of something. Now, another one, the third one that you play two sides on would be you try to be hard, but at the same time you're a whiny little brat. You're in your late 20s, but you've whined more than anyone I've ever seen, even children. Like even celebrity standards, you've whined more than Emma freaking Watson. Emma Watson, you've whined more. Like you cry because you have to eat cereal. I've never seen that before, even in children. Children are happy when they have to eat cereal. You cry because you have to eat cereal. I just don't understand that. But still, you try to act hard, like no one can judge you, but at the same time, you cry while eating cereal. Everyone is going to judge you. And while I am trying to be sincere about this, that is sincere. Everyone is going to judge and make fun of you every time you try and be hard because you cried because you have to eat cereal instead of sushi. None of us have the luxury of just being able to constantly eat sushi. So you will be ridiculed for that for many, many years. Doesn't matter how successful you make yourself look, you'll still be ridiculed for it. And I guess the fourth one, all right, this is the deep one. You try to be flawless, but at the same time, you confess the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like the dumbest. You you've shown to be unique, but not in the good way. You've admitted to drugging and robbing people while being a stripper, but at the same time, you admitted that you didn't even need to do that since you make what 3,000 a week, which is more than doctors make weekly. So it doesn't seem like you'd have an actual reason to do that. So two confessions you made, they don't even add up. So if for any sake someone knocks on your door with a pair of handcuffs, all I can say is plead guilty. Now, I'm not a lawyer and I don't have a law standpoint since I'm not experienced, but I think everyone can agree that you should definitely plead guilty if that day comes. If that day ever comes when you finally have to answer for the things you have confessed, just plead guilty. That is honest advice I can give you. And the fingernails thing, everyone already knows where I'm going with that. The whole fake fingernails and going to the bathroom. I don't want to elaborate on that. That's too disgusting. Everyone understands. Everyone has to know what I mean by that. If you don't, you can just look it up. I just want to know why you did that. He's probably not gonna respond. You're probably not gonna respond to this, but I really want to know why you thought that'd be a good tip for anyone. It's like the exact same tip the vegan person from Dr. Phil gave to everyone. It's like the stamp, the hallmark of a borderline crazy person. No one just does that out of the blue in front of a camera. I mean, I sure wouldn't do it. I'm doing this right now, calling out a millionaire rapper who's had everything given to her, and if it wasn't given to her, she drug the person and take it. And it's hard to respect that. You know, I'm not being a hater right now. This is me trying to be as objective as possible. None of this makes any sense, and this is just some criticism for you to try and do something different if you actually care. And that is if you care, because the music I've heard from you, it's hollow, it's meaningless. The title isn't even challenging. Usually just a single word, and if not, two words. So props to you. Props to you. And if I could just give some advice for your rap game, since even though I'm not a rapper, I think this is some good advice that you should take. Speak slower in your songs. It'll help. It will definitely help. You won't sound like you have a speech impediment, and you won't sound like this is your 13th language or whatever. Just speak slower, have a smoother rhythm to it, and you'll do better if, and that is if, you actually care about the career you're doing.